Let's get the fuck out of here.
This is the Horrible Film School. Take a seat and slowly peel open those trapper keepers. I'm Chris. I'm also joined by fresh meat freshman Hootie.
What's up, fellas? Happy to be back in the saddle. Let the sun shine in, boys.
Just let the love into your heart. What was the song at the end of this? I had a good little ditty there. I can't remember about letting the sun.
Let the sun shine in your heart.
Yeah. Wow. And don't it feel good?
That's a very pop version right there.
It was. We're also joined by a man who's never met a corpse he couldn't charm. Red Shirt Senior, Joey, a.k.a. Dr. Nasty.
Rudy. I'm back in the saddle again. Welcome back.
Rudy. Is that from the movie
Rudy. Man, did you know
Sean Astin?
Did you know that motherfucker from Wedding Crashers was in that movie?
Vince
Vaughn is in Rudy.
How do we both know?
Is he like the quarterback? It has to be.
I don't think he's the quarterback, but I think he's one of the token white guys in there who's really mean to Rudy.
Oh, he's one of his teammates who like puts him in the locker.
At the end of the movie, he's like, "Let's get one in there for Rudy. Let's get one in for Rudy." He totally turned around his whole attitude and everything, and he's all about seeing what Rudy brings to the team.
He's a real team.
Been watching a lot of
accountability.
Been watching a lot of TikToks about the movie Rudy.
Well, Sean Astin's been in the news because apparently he didn't make a lot of money from the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Like, people are blaming Peter Jackson.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think it's up to him.
That's your agent, bud.
Said he had to sell his house or something after all that. He took like a pay cut. I was like, are you LeBron James? What the fuck are you talking about, taking a pay cut?
Dude, I think I got that poo-poo parasite from Taco Bell, so my stomach's been like, fuck.
Oh, the lettuce?
For the last week and a half, so I've been watching a lot of TikToks on the toilet. I might as well watch the whole fucking movie.
Eat lettuce between the two of you.
I mean, it was I think I accidentally ate it.
TikTok's
snuck
on the
they
toilet.
snuck it in there.
TikTok's on the toilet, and that is a YouTube channel. Watch me watch shit while I shit.
Poo-poo parasite.
See,
them Hershey
I don't eat
squirts keep
vegetables,
me
fellas,
up at night.
So,
anti-vegetables, exactly. Y'all should be good. I haven't had any lettuce in like a month myself. Not that I seek it out, but I'm just actively avoiding it these days. It's the bugs in the lettuce. Got a few news tidbits for you fellas before we get into it. This one's pretty cool. I thought Joey might appreciate this. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is being reimagined with a hand-drawn animated version.
Holy shit.
That's dope, right? It's bringing it to life with rotoscoping, which is where they illustrate every frame by hand with artists tracing the live action footage.
How fucking dope would it be to
cool,
get the
right?
original Texas Chainsaw Massacre in the anime style of Kill Bill?
That would be dope.
That would be so awesome.
Ugh.
It'd be like, what was that? That Linkin Park music video? I'm breaking the habit.
Meteor, baby.
Oh, that was, yeah.
That was a good
I want to go watch that
Directed
right
by Joseph Hahn. That's a good video, bro. Shout out to my boy Chester.
now. R.I.P.
This is a Ryan Hootie bit of news right here. This blew my mind. I didn't dig into it. I thought it was kind of a weird thing to stumble upon, but apparently not one, but two new Nightmare on Elm Street movies are in development.
Oh, man.
What?
Paramount and Warner Brothers are racing to bring Freddy back to the big screen.
They are going to fucking ruin. They're going to ruin their individual movies, racing each other to put one out. Isn't
I didn't
that
even want
awesome?
to dig into it. I just want to hear what Hootie has to say about this because I don't even know what this means. How is this possible?
I'm excited that we're getting a new movie after the horrendous
Two movies.
Jack Earl Haley version. But, I mean, why? Because we know from this podcast that as soon as they get to Russian things, the script's going to be terrible. It's going to be like all different tones. I mean, last episode we talked about potential Freddys, and then off mic we came to the realization that Walton Goggins should be Freddy.
He's the one, man. He's 1A. But they need two Freddys now.
As the ghoul.
We need two different Freddys now.
What if he plays the same character in both movies?
I'm confused about the rights here. Paramount and Warner Brothers.
One owns the domestic rights, one owns the international rights.
So we're going to have an international
No, they're
Freddy
still
and
allowed to.
American
They're
Freddy?
still allowed to. Oh, konnichiwa, bitches.
That would be the shit.
Maybe we could just go like full Justified reunion, and one of them Timothy Oliphant's Freddy, and the other one's Walton Goggins' Freddy.
Imagine how menacing he would be coming at you with that upright walk he does, like a fucking vampire.
But he would be seducing you. Freddy's not seductive, man. Timothy's very seductive.
Maybe in Paramount's version, different
That's
take.
true. He'll pull out the old gun on you, Raylan style. Here's another. This is another joy bit of news here. His girl Sydney Sweeney is going to star in Hollow, a new take on the legend of Sleepy Hollow for Sony Pictures. Sydney Sweeney plays Katrina Von Tassel.
First of all, why is that joy news? Just because she got big titties?
Because you all about this Sydney Sweeney.
Tell
lady,
us
man.
why you like it, Joy.
I mean, Sydney Sweeney.
I said,
first of all,
get
Sydney
it.
Sweeney got the big titties. But why am I going to watch a movie where she's invisible? I ain't
She's
be able to
playing
see.
Katrina Von Tassel.
She's going to be doing some shit like Kevin Bacon did.
She's Christina Ricci in The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, I'm thinking of Hollow
Is he
Man.
invisible? I was like, wait a minute. Why is he
You thought it
invisible?
was Hollow
Yeah, I
Man.
thought
this
you was
whole
talking
damn-
about
Why you
fucking
kept
Hollow
saying
Man?
the name that way?
I thought you was talking about Hollow
I'm
Man.
doing the Johnny Depp at the end of the movie where he keeps saying Von Tassel.
God, you have an intricate memory of that movie. That was a good movie.
Oh,
But,
dude, I've seen that movie a
Christopher
lot. I rewatched
Walken
it like
is
2
the
years ago.
Headless
It
Horseman.
holds
That's
up.
I don't know.
Good.
I wasn't the biggest fan of it, and it might be as good as Hollow Man in my memory of it.
Y'all remember showing Kevin Bacon's dick?
Y'all talk about that
And
all
Sleepy
the time.
Hollow?
In,
That was Wild Things.
no, man. In,
That was Wild
in
Things,
fucking,
Dick.
in fucking Hollow Man. You can see the blood vessels.
Oh, yeah. He's talking about like during the infrared moments. Don't you see like him running at you like his dick's flopping, but he's invisible, but you can't really see him?
Yeah, I thought you meant Sydney Sweeney gonna be fucking naked, but goddamn invisible in his shit. Like who the fuck?
Watch them things bounce invisibly, but yeah, very nice. Super nice. And the last thing I had here, we live in a Christopher Nolan world, I think as everyone knows who's been to a movie theater in the past 3 weeks. He said he's interested in making a horror movie, but needs an amazing idea.
He needs an amazing idea, and he also needs a goddamn theater that shows some shit in fucking 75 millimeter that only 5 people can watch.
70
Thanks,
millimeter,
bro.
you damn
Appreciate
bum.
it.
I think it's so hard for me to imagine what that would mean coming from him.
I'm gonna need an
He
IMAX
can't
5D theater.
Can he scale down?
I
He
don't.
has to scale down to do a horror movie, right?
He would, and I don't think it
Can
would.
you make a horror movie bigger than the Odyssey? I want to know what that would be. Like the fucking Call of Cthulhu or
What if
something?
he did?
I mean, I can see-
What if he did like a World War I movie and made that shit like a straight up horror movie?
Or like Overlord?
That's still not as big as the Odyssey, man. Can you go backwards, I guess, is my question. He's
What
only
if-
gotten bigger throughout his career.
What if he like remakes Dracula?
Yeah, that's prestige. He says an amazing idea, so in my mind, it means an original idea.
What it's like The Prestige meets Dracula? He's doing tricks and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Damn, that actually does
What
sound
if he
kind of
did
interesting. I do
Alien
like that.
versus-
a vampire magician? That sounds
Predator,
pretty dope.
versus Predator.
Alien versus Predator 3.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it'd be cool if he's like, all right, I'm just going to take a $20,000 budget and make like the next Obsession. But those pieces just don't fit together. I can't imagine it. I can't fathom it.
I love my boy Sam Raimi, but I'm sure Christopher Nolan could make a pretty incredible remake of Magic.
Ooh, that would be the shit. He can go psychological Psycho. What if he redoes Psycho? He can't redo Psycho.
Yeah,
What's
he
the
would.
holy grail? What's something? I guess there is no holy grail in the horror genre, is there, at this point? Speaking of Vince Vaughn, he kind of ruined the he can't remake Psycho conversation, didn't he?
We're gonna make it there one day.
It's coming. So is he. It's coming. You boys, got any other news before we get into today's assignment?
Not really news, but I went and saw The Fifth Element in theater
Whoa!
for its
It was
re-release.
in 70 millimeter?
Back in July, end of July. I'm
Ooh.
gonna tell you what, it was so cool seeing that movie on the screen.
Was it like, you said it was a restoration or was it just
It's like a
an
re-release
anniversary
sort
release?
of thing. It's not even really an anniversary because it come out in what?
97, maybe 96?
I don't know, something like that. But like, man, it's pretty wild seeing them areolas and about 10 feet
See
tall.
him
You
really
know what I
come
mean?
back. Put him on that big screen, baby.
Doesn't Gary Oldman have like a metal chunk in his head?
Oh, Gary Oldman is fantastic in them.
I remember being good.
Yeah, he's doing a crazy like bit part in that one.
Chris Tucker got that honeycomb head.
Literally steals every scene he's in. But I think it could be said for like a lot of his.
All right, fellas, we want to crack open our textbooks. Let's turn to page 2016 and check out our assignment for the day. A little film, a little ditty called The Autopsy of Jane Doe. The lesson for this one's pretty dope here. Everybody has a secret. That's 2 words. Everybody. Get it?
But some of the secrets are hidden better than others. Isn't that what he says to his dad?
I don't remember that quote. I tuned that part out.
No. No, that's the rest of the quote from Brian Cox. But then his son says, some of us are better at finding the secrets than others. And then he does like a sly little wink, Dad.
Oh,
Then Brian Cox says, the new crispy McChicken at McDonald's.
I kept thinking that the entire time.
Dude, I've been getting spammed with so many Brian Cox McDonald's commercials for the past 3 weeks. Every podcast,
I will call
every other
the name
commercial.
Agamemnon in stone.
The new Caesar sauce. That's all I've heard about for like 2 weeks.
Let me tell you what. If you ain't had that Caesar sauce,
Oh,
you
shit,
need
of course. I
to
shouldn't
get
even open
on
door.
that shit, brother. That is
We need to have
Pre-order the
tasty.
sauce.
You need to edit in like a fast food update, and then Joey just goes with
I'm
his fast
telling
food
you,
update.
Joey's
I'm
Food
always
Corner.
searching for the new latest tasty treat.
Dig in your grave with the spoon corner with Joey. Fucking digging it.
All I know from this movie is Brian Cox every once in a while goes, I've seen this before. Every single time.
He's just such a legend, man. I've been like through so many iterations of this guy. It's wow how much I've come to appreciate him in the past 10 years. All right, boys, this was my choice. I won our game there. A round of applause for me. Chose to check out a Blind Spot. This is one I've come across like 20 times when I've researched things I need to check out. Held off. Read its essentially 10-year anniversary. So without further ado, let me cross this off of my list.
What's that for?
Make sure he's dead. There used to be a time it was hard to tell a comatose person from a dead one. So coroners tied bells to every body in the morgue. So if they heard a ting, they knew somebody down there wasn't quite ready to go.
So why do you have one?
I'm a bit of a traditionalist.
Why do you cover his face?
There wasn't much of a face left to cover. Point blank gunshot blasts tend to do that.
Who shot him?
Angle of entry suggests he did it to himself until we found strychnine in his system.
Before we talk to the movie itself, I got a thesis here. I got a conversation starter for you boys. A question about this movie, if you will. I'm often dinged as a slow burn guy. Between you two, you always make fun of me for that. So the runtime on this is under 90 minutes. So is this movie a slow burn? Or does it work for the modern TikTok rot movie watching mindset? What do you think?
I mean, for me, the most engaging part of the movie is the first half, which I would say categorizes as a slow burn. Like, it's definitely a lot of tension
like
building.
30 minutes.
Yeah, but it's a
bro.
lot of tension building, you know? But and once it puts its wheels on the ground, it kind of takes off, in my opinion, as a common modern day brain rot, generic horror movie, haunted house type.
You didn't feel it was like a crafty finale there?
No.
You thought it was
I
generic?
did not like the finale.
Oh, okay.
Like I've always
For
been,
me,
because I've seen this movie a few times, like ever since it came out. So yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with it, and the ending for me, the resolution definitely leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, I get that. I think the ending surprised me. I'll give it that much. I didn't expect where it was going to go, where it ended up going.
For me, it's probably the exact opposite. Like the first 30, 45 minutes, I didn't get it. Like it was so slow. It felt every minute of that
damn.
45 minutes for me. But then when it hit, I was like, okay, all right. I get why this is popular.
Now we're cooking with gas.
I don't know if we're like supposed to
the
give
atmosphere of it, man.
that like scene away is when it clicked. But there's a scene where I was like, okay.
Yeah, there was definitely a sit up in your seat moment too for me. We'll get to it in a second here. I can't go over kind of guy who made the movie, André Øvredal. He's Norwegian, I believe. This was like his second feature film. He did something called Troll Hunter before this. It sounds like something Joey would have checked out at some
Troll
point.
Hunter
We've watched
is
that
fucking-
together.
Troll Hunter is fucking sick. I think we.
Is that the one where they go troll?
Yeah.
Troll.
I think we've all seen that together.
Is it?
yeah.
Oh, that's the only bit I remember. It was like a giant CGI troll, right? Wasn't that what it was?
It was a bunch of them. I thought.
Fuck
Like, it was
yeah. There was a Troll Hunter too.
It
as
was
well, right?
popular.
It was successful.
Hell yeah. And y'all gonna shit on this dude's little two-hander he made in the basement of a house.
I mean, I'm not. Apparently, he said he wanted to make a horror movie, and somebody brought him the script, and that's why he made this film. So, I mean,
Yeah, just because I didn't like the second
Yeah,
half of the
it
movie
was-
doesn't mean I didn't like.
I mean, the reception, it got like you said, got good reviews. A lot of people hyped it up. Obviously, it's still being conversed about 10 years later. Otherwise, I wouldn't have saw whatever random ass Reddit comment I saw that kind of recommended it. But it helped him land his next gigs. Apparently, Guillermo del Toro personally like chased him down after this to direct, what was it, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
And as somebody who is not a Del Toro fan, Chris, how do you feel about that?
I'm not a Del Toro guy. This guy has, I don't know, more that European sensibility that I think I like more than whatever the hell Del Toro's doing. He's too monstery, man. We get it. The monster. We're the real monsters. I fucking get it. He's done that for like 10 movies in a row.
And you still don't get it.
I'm the monster, not the fucking fish man. I get it. But yeah, you remember Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark? I never saw the movie. I just remember at the public library, that fucking book being like harrowing when I was like 10 years old, like afraid to check it out.
I remember why was it everywhere?
It was everywhere. It was like the drawings were everywhere.
The illustrations that were spooky, the spooky stories. You had the story about the girl who like marries the guy and she's always got that ribbon around her neck. And he's always curious about the shit.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and he unties it.
Bitch's head falls off.
Dope. Why does that for 10-year-olds? It's like not written for teenagers.
I feel like that's one of the things that really got me into horror growing up was that book.
I mean, we saw so much like macabre, like things we should not have seen at an early age. But something about that book, it's kind of like the damn Necronomicon or something. It's just, it felt like it had flesh.
You know what it reminds me of is like all those times you'd have sleepovers and stuff and you just tell like scary stories. Like,
oh yeah. You just wait for your buddy to get to the sex scene and then everyone gets real quiet. But this guy went on to do, he had something big pretty recently. Was it The Dementor? The Last Voyage of the Dementor, I guess was his last big budget thing. I think he had a 2026 release, Passenger, if I remember correctly.
I've never seen Last Voyage of the Dementor, but I saw it got decent reviews. It's
essentially like one chapter in the book of Dracula, so I don't know if that's a spoiler alert for you or not.
And it's got our boy
it's
from
just
Game
his
of Thrones.
Passage. Yeah, it does have the Onion Knight in there, of course. Speaking of Game of Thrones, you got a Game of Thrones alum in this here flick as well.
He's doing his best to have a southern accent.
He tried, brother. This is Roose Bolton, right?
Oh, yes,
not Ramsay,
baby.
Roose.
I knew that dude looked familiar.
This is the bastard. What was his? What the hell was Ramsay's nickname?
The Bastard of Bolton.
Yeah, the bastard, the Bolton bastard. Yeah, this is his dad who like treated him like shit. So.
This is the one that says the Lannisters send their regards. Fucking stabs Rob's ass right in the goddamn. Oh my god, it's so awesome.
Oh, was he the Red Wedding guy?
Motherfucker, have you ever seen Game of Thrones?
It's been a while. I'm hot in the hot D right now, man. You keeping up with House of the Dragon?
I'm like an episode behind, but it's this is the best season so far.
Oh yeah, they turned up the heat. They cooking with the gas now. So yeah, I mean the movie, you get the initial autopsy, which I guess is kind of the premise for the movie, which is a body with no external wounds. I thought it was a pretty cool setup. Not something I've ever seen before.
For me, it's like
it's very
it's
clever.
The meat of the movie. Like you're literally engaged in this whole.
It's right there in the fucking title, Joy. Why you have to confuse the autopsy?
It's the meat of the movie.
What are they doing here?
Why are they doing an autopsy?
It's like a fun little puzzle that you're solving with the two leads.
Yeah, because you go through your own horror canon in your mind, and like, all right, it's this, it's that, it's this, and they're like, it's very talky without being too talky, I guess, you know. I like the breadcrumbs that it kind of leaves.
Y'all know
Hansel and Gretel, if you will.
That I'm not the one to normally say this, so I'm not like bubbling my chest out.
Shit. Get your diapers ready.
But I figured it out pretty early.
You figured it out early? No fucking way, dude. I was thinking, I guess I was in like an Evil Dead mindset, so I wasn't quite there. So as it built, it worked for me. I was in the mood for this when I watched it.
I liked how y'all's boy from Game of Thrones walks through the house and he goes, "It looks like they were trying to break out."
Oh, so you're telling me you got it from the initial crime scene?
No. It was like, I would say like before they cut her open, I was like, okay, the body's not damaged that much, but all this other stuff happened. Like she's obviously older than we're seeing.
Look at that wise hoodie. I thought it was a cool setup, though. It's, to me, like watching, I mean, I guess spoiler alert, we can kind of tell like what's going on here. She turns out to be a witch, right? But to me, it feels like a sequel to something like The Witch, you know? Like the movie that happened before this movie is there, and this is like immediately what happened the next 24 hours, which I thought was pretty cool.
There should be a prequel, right?
Yeah, like it makes a movie out of a movie you didn't see, which I liked. I know a lot of people are like clamoring for an origin story of Jane Doe, which I guess goes back to the whole weapons thing that Zach Cregger's doing with, he's doing that Gladys prequel. So I guess it's kind of the same idea, you know?
Well, I mean, they find her in like what looks to be a suburban house.
Yeah, she's just like, that's what I was curious about was, had she been under that house for a long time and someone just unearthed her? Is that what this was?
Just dug her up.
We don't get an explanation. It would just happen to be like you dug in the wrong fucking basement that day because she's in pristine condition. We see a lot of this lady in her very pristine condition.
I'm gonna tell you what, you see titties within the first 3 minutes of this movie. I knew it was gonna be a
man. This movie does not shy away from the female form.
Well, that's the thing. She ain't got nothing to be shy about. That girl is stacked.
Yeah. She's a very attractive Irish model / yoga
I would say
person,
she's the hottest. She's
hasn't had
probably
much of
the
a
hottest
career.
corpse I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that.
I think this is a weird thing to say, but she did an incredible job. I don't know if you would call it acting in this movie, but she was great at her role.
Yeah, and I was like thinking like obviously it's a two-hander. You got two good actors here, two established dudes, but I think she's probably the most important piece of this movie as far as performance is concerned. Because she plays a corpse, and it's pretty much her in every scene. There's a few prosthetic scenes or like dolls or whatever. But they said that they wanted a real actress for the close-up work so you can feel like you're connected to her as a person and not a prop. And she was chosen, like I said, for her yoga background because she could stay physically still for like minutes at a time. And I was like, that's pretty fucking dope. Like that's how much breath control she had from years of yoga. She felt like she was always on the table.
Being able to use breath work to where you can lay there and breathe and not show it is kudos to her.
That's terrifying. Imagine a camera in your face and they're like, don't breathe. You know you're going to fart or something.
I don't know why, but for some reason, because they always left her eyes open, it made it that much more creepy to me.
Was it just the color of her eyes or just the fact that she seemed awake?
She seemed awake, yeah. Like she's always looking at you.
It's almost like one of those feelings of you turn your back on her. Like while your back's turned, she's going to be like looking at you and then you turn back and she's not.
Exactly.
That's what I appreciated so much about the movie is because, like you said, that horror trope was always there. You were just waiting for any moment to do the Michael Myers sit-up, right? And you just didn't get it. I was like, I fucking appreciate that. There's so many other movies that were going to get her up and get her chasing your ass, you know?
Even towards the end where Brian Cox, was like, take me instead of him. I thought she was going to like rise up, but yeah.
Nothing. It's fucking the MVP and she's just chilling the whole time. Speaking of Brian Cox, did you know that Martin Sheen was originally cast as Tommy Tilden and had to drop out due to scheduling?
What does he have to do, Spawn or something?
Martin Sheen was in Spawn? He was probably having to get
Yeah,
Charlie
you
out of
remember
jail,
Martin
right?
Sheen was like, he was the guy who like convinced Spawn to be Spawn.
Speaking of Spawn, before we step away from that, John Leguizamo, dude, did you watch the Odyssey?
Man, he was the MVP of that movie,
bro. He was great. That dude gonna get a damn Oscar now.
How is the dude from
Johnny Legs,
Super Mario Brothers, just knocking out of the
Luigi
park in the Odyssey?
First of all, you motherfuckers, if you talking about Leguizamo and you ain't talking about Romeo and Juliet, you need to shut your fucking mouth because you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Tibbet the cat,
Prince of Cats, bitch.
But the fact that he's gonna get a damn Oscar now for that—that's wild.
He has to.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Anyway,
I've
sorry,
been
you were
quoting
saying
that movie so fucking much, man.
Somebody
get these beggars out of here!
Shit with a stick, plate, liquor.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm
gonna tell you what, that motherfucker better not ever be in a movie where he needs to play a racist because he's gonna do such a good job.
Because he's fantastic at it. Apparently, he and Nolan are neighbors now, and they do a lot of movie nights together. So you should expect to see him.
Have you seen him in the new A24 trailer for the Chris Hansen movie?
Yeah, dude, I added that to my watch list.
It looks.
I didn't want to see the trailer. I
good.
refused to watch it.
Oh my god!
As soon as I heard the premise and that he was playing Chris Hansen, I put it on my watch list, and I was like, all right, don't show me anything. I'm gonna watch it. Speaking of Brian Cox, remember the guy who brought the McDonald's to Catch a Predator?
Oh yeah, I remember all that stuff, man.
He's gonna bring it for the 12-year-old.
He brought that in. He
brought
that shit in and got butt ass naked in the jacuzzi. His little fucking Indian balls was smoking inside the jacuzzi.
I haven't seen that show in a long time.
Here's the thing. He ain't on that show no more, but he's got one on YouTube. True Blue Network, True Blue. I'll be watching this shit
got a YouTube
all the
channel,
time, dude. And they get fucking raw. They get raw.
Dog, yeah, it's too bad.
I don't know how to say that.
Watch the documentary Predators that came out last year. It might change your perspective of that whole approach.
Here's a tidbit of a conversation. Chris Hansen's talking to one of the decoys who's having this explicit conversation with this guy, and he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh, what sort of things did he say through the chat?" He says right here he wants to eat my butthole until I shit in his mouth, and then he is going to fuck this. He's gonna fuck the sense out of me. He's gonna make it to where I can't walk for a week.
Not know this
and
exists.
it's none of this shit.
It's
none of this
YouTube, bro.
shit.
There's
None of this shit is edited. None of this shit is like filtered out. And literally, Chris Hansen is sitting there. He said he's going to fuck the sense out of you. What do you think he meant by that? It's so fucking good, man.
What did you mean by that?
It's called Takedown with Chris Hansen. You need to fucking watch.
Chris Hansen
I'm addicted.
is a great
Watch the
reporter.
Predators documentary, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the damn Wild West on YouTube. There's like vigilante dudes who go do this shit now and like make a career out of it. Their whole YouTube channel is like they'll be texting these dudes as little girls and then just show up and put them on the YouTube
They'd be
channel.
so horny, me love you long
fucking
time.
Wild West.
Then they get
bro.
your ass locked up.
Chris Hansen has inspired a generation.
There's like no journalistic integrity there, man. I'm telling
The thing
you.
is, like, all right,
just,
you do this kind of show, there's no backlash from anybody. Nobody's going to sit here and say, oh my God, you're going after the predators. How disgusting of you going after the fucking child sex predator. There's no backlash.
right.
There's no way to lose.
Yeah, it's like a victim that no one will defend. This is like the most anti-American shit, though, right? Everyone has a right to a defense.
Except.
Not when you just put this shit on YouTube. It's wild, bro.
I'm going to watch that shit as soon as we finish with the podcast.
Where were we at on this show?
Leguizamo. We were talking about Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
Is
We
Leguizamo
segue
in
from,
fucking Autopsy of Jane Doe?
No, he's not. With Brian Cox. Speaking of Agamemnon, we're going back to the
Agamemnon,
damn Odyssey
baby.
yet again.
You said Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen, baby.
Didn't do this
Spawn.
because he had a prior engagement with a little Netflix show called shit.
Is this some Michael J. Fox shit?
It's a
I'm
Spawn.
hanging out
It's
with?
a
no.
Spawn prequel.
I have a connection. It's something in
In
Greta.
2016?
And I have that connection because we all did a Paramount studio tour and saw the set of that show.
Oh, yeah, I do know what you're talking about. It was like
Yeah.
the two women leads.
Yes.
And Martin Sheen was like a love interest for one of them. Oh, damn,
Yes,
that's
he
right.
was. We were on the set of that show.
Yeah, we were standing there like, what the fuck is this? We're like on some half-ass built-in porch. Like, this is where she breaks
And there
up
was
with
a fake
Stevie or
beach.
some shit. I was like, okay, it's fucking cool, I guess. We did get to walk through the Barry set that they were building, and that was cool.
Was very
take
cool.
that as the coolest thing I saw.
Martin Sheen played Jason Wynn in Spawn.
Yes. Appreciate
He double
Appreciate your
crosses
work, Martin.
Michael J. White, a.k.a. Al Simmons, a.k.a. Spawn.
So you're talking about the idea of this movie. It's a cool idea. Like we were talking about, Nolan said he needs a great idea. Like the concept of the script itself, it got on the 2013 blacklist before it ever got made, and that's how it ended up going to this director, because it was one of those like hottest unproduced scripts in Hollywood at the time. It's such a cool idea. I can't believe you're not fucking blown away by it.
Wait, not blown away by what?
Just the concept itself.
Of this movie? The premise
Yes.
of this movie is the movie. It's the best part about the movie. What do you mean not blown away by it?
Yeah, it's fucking dope. I mean, the premise is the whole movie.
I've kind of trumpeted, how much I enjoyed the first half of the movie. That's the premise of the movie. The second half of the movie ain't the premise of the movie. The second half is, okay, now we need to make this palpable for general
Spooky.
audiences.
Comes a whole
I
house.
just feel
The
like
first half is too confusing
I feel like
for a lot of
it's-
people because there's so much like medical jargon. Hootie's dumbass didn't understand it.
I was struggling.
Hootie watched The Pit. He knows what's up.
Hootie was sleeping through the pit. He didn't stay
Hootie
awake.
said, "Stat, give me that stat."
Motherfucker, he's over here watching ER and Grey's Anatomy.
I'm more of a bear guy.
You're more of a
than
Scrubs
the
guy.
Pit.
They just don't even fucking talk about medical shit in Scrubs.
What?
Yeah, this is true.
The bear,
That's
you
Hootie's
know.
medical show.
The Scrubs is fantastic.
I do. I love Scrubs. I'm not shitting on
You got
Scrubs. However, there's
I want an
Scrubs
Eagle all
and there's
day.
the Pit. You're a Pit person or you're a
I
Scrubs
do like
person.
The Pit.
Well,
The first half of this movie is for a Pit person.
And the second half is for a Scrubs person.
Yeah, it's for a Scrubs person.
I thought it was good. I like the fact that, like I said, they took the idea and they just didn't abandon it, even though I thought that they would. Because every other horror movie, like we said, an hour in, she's getting up off the table and doing some backflip, deadite shit.
Will you at
Irish
least
kid.
They
admit
didn't do that.
after the autopsy stuff kind of like stops, the movie kind of falls?
It becomes more
Okay, there
formulaic.
you go.
I'll give you that for sure.
100%.
But I think it's making the decision with your villain that they did that I appreciated because it was original to me.
All right.
Imagine a fucking Halloween movie where Michael never gets up off a fucking table. That takes balls.
All right, last time I'm going to bring it up. John Leguizamo was also in Spawn as the Violator.
That's exactly how we got to John Leguizamo. Thank you, Martin Sheen, for the Oscar nomination for John Leguizamo in 2026. So, Joel, you haven't even brought up your boy yet, Emile Hirsch.
I'm telling you what,
I know
I
you've
have
slobbed his knob
goddamn,
before.
I got a man crush on this guy. Into the
He was top
Wild
billed.
for me is
He was top
Into
billed?
the Wild.
No way.
Yes, Into the Wild is hands down one of my favorite movies of all time.
You know what? I've never seen it.
That's wild. You need to check that movie out, man. Kristen Stewart in there, her titties
That's
flopping
literally wild.
out. You need to check that movie out.
Tits flopping
Nah,
out.
she bang.
Emile
She tries
Hirsch
to,
likes
she tries
watching
to
tits
bang
flop out, I guess.
Christopher McCandless, or AKA Emile Hirsch in the movie. The movie is so good, man. The book is so good too.
That's one of those autobiographies,
Yeah.
right? The dude just starts walking.
Makes
or some
my
shit.
heart just like.
Wasn't there
skip
like a Reese Witherspoon movie just like that, like 2 years later?
Sweet Home Alabama?
No,
No,
she was just like walking and shit.
You were correct. It's called Wild. It's almost the same title. Yes, there was.
She just goes walking and that's.
Is it called Out of
this
the
dude like
Wild?
goes hiking, right?
It might be something like that. Emile Hirsch to me is always going to be the girl next door guy.
Yeah, that's where you got his
that's a banger,
claim.
man.
But man, he's in Milk, dog. He's the speed racer.
I
Oh, I
watched
forgot
Speed
about
Racer for the
Speed
first
Racer.
time about 2 months ago.
Too bad he's not a pod racer.
I couldn't get into the graphics of it, man. It killed me.
I don't know what it is about Emile Hirsch. I've always enjoyed the guys. Him and Ben Foster. I think him and Ben Foster would
You
make
have
a
always
great
been.
make a great gay couple.
Ben's cool. Ben's got that like creep about him though.
That's
Emile's
what I'm
is
saying.
too-
Emile's like got
his
the
hair's
nice
too
guy
nice.
shit, and then Ben is like, oh, I can. He sees Ben, and he's like, I could change him. I can fix him.
His hair is just too nice. I think that's his problem. He can't like get dirty. Ben Foster gets fucking dirty. 310 to Yuma. Ben Foster is like a fucking
God, he's
troll.
so fucking badass. Man, whose dick did Emile
He's
Hirsch
great in that
suck to
movie,
get
though.
in that Quentin Tarantino movie?
Which one was he,
He was
in?
in
Which one
the
was
Hollywood
he
one.
Oh, he was a part of the family. That's
He
right.
played Jay Sebring. I thought he was Jay Sebring, the hairdresser.
Yeah,
Is
it
that
was Jay
right?
Sebring.
Oh, okay.
He was the one who was supposedly maybe fucking Sharon Tate, but was likely gay
He
too.
was one of the ones that got the
That's why I
fucking
mixed
chop
it with the
during the actual events.
Yeah, he got it. But yeah, it's kind of funny. We're talking about Emile Hirsch. We're talking about Tarantino. Hootie ringing up Girl Next Door. We're leaving Paul Dano out of the conversation. Also featured in Girl Next Door, who Quentin Tarantino just took a big shit on.
We may be hearing about Paul Dano a little bit later in this episode.
Oh, there's
a tie-in.
Did he do some stunt work?
No, there's a tie-in.
Snap.
Later on, we'll get there.
So what do you guys know about Brian Cox, the OG Hannibal Lecter?
I heard he's swinging a fucking hammer, dog.
You looked that up?
Nah, that's just what they say. It was in the trivia. The
Yeah, Zach
trivia of the
McMahon.
movie.
The trivia was talking about his hog. I didn't catch that. I didn't get that in my notes here.
I will carve the name Agamemnon in the stones of Troy. He's so
Tell you
good in
one
that movie.
thing. In the Odyssey, it really kind of paints a better picture of however you say
Adam
that.
and Bing
Over
Bong.
Brian Cox.
Agamemnon.
Adam and Bing Bong.
Oh, yeah.
Ping pong ball.
Definitely.
Motherfucker don't even say a
definitely
goddamn
rewrites that
word, man.
legend.
He is so nice.
He's got some stuff.
Dude's
to
not
say.
on the same level as fucking Brian Cox.
He says words in,
He's all
in
stature.
Hades. When I went home, my
Spoiler
queen.
alert. Yeah, he's. It was very funny having Benny Safdie do that because the voice just does not match the man. I think that's kind of the point.
And if he would have just followed him to begin with, we could have skipped 3 hours of a movie, you know?
You one of those, huh? If I was there, I would have just done this, and everything would have worked out perfectly fine.
I will say, not to make this an Odyssey episode, but Matt Damon was way too likable in that
Yeah,
role.
they definitely gave him that hero shine more so than he was in the books. Because I was waiting for like a certain scenes, I was like, oh, he's gonna fuck this lady like 15 times like he does in the story.
You
Nah.
talking about Charlize Theron?
He was supposed to bang her. He was supposed to bang Cersei. He bangs a lot of women
Cersei!
along the way.
Ugh,
Yeah.
that bitch is ugly as
They have
hell.
I think they have a kid in the book.
That's in the damn story, bro. I was waiting for it to happen. He's spitting out little piglet.
And he's just like making the right decision every single time.
That was such
I'm
a
like,
scary
okay.
fucking scene in that movie,
All right.
man.
I mean, we gotta
That
make
was
it for
so
modern audiences,
scary.
man. We got a complicated man, Hootie. We don't want a POS, man. This is 2026, man. Yeah, that shit was terrifying. But yeah, Brian Cox, legend. I don't know if you guys ever watched Succession, but
Yes,
Jesus,
he's
man.
great.
It's got to be the best TV show of the last 20 years, probably, since Breaking Bad.
I always start it, but then I fucking stop watching it. It's
Ah,
just
it's so
so
good,
so
man.
much of like everybody's
So
betraying
talky.
everybody. Holy shit!
For some
It's
reason,
wealthy people, man.
I haven't seen neither show, but I always got Billions and Succession mixed up.
Oh yeah, Showtime versus HBO. Nah, two different umbrellas.
But Billions has
Succession
Joey's
is
boy
worth your time.
from Band of Brothers.
Damian Lewis, baby.
Yeah.
Always forget when I say his name. I think I'm talking about a football player.
Damn,
'cause I'm
that's a
pretty sure
show I
there's
need to go
prominent
back and watch
tackle
again,
named
man.
Damian Lewis.
That the military show, not that the one he was like kidnapped in Afghanistan. What was that one?
Oh,
Homeland. I need to
Homeland.
go back and watch.
Well, spoiler alert. I'm not going to talk about that one any further. But yeah, Brian Cox, legend. X-Men 2 is probably the first time I can remember seeing him. Or he's William Stryker, right?
He's the one who creates
He
Wolverine.
isn't.
He created the Wolverine, as he says. But yeah, voice of McDonald's legend. I love his face because it's so unique. He has these almost incisions just for the wrinkles on his face that have been there forever. He just got so much character in that old man face of his.
When I was a kid, I always mixed him up with the Chicago Bears linebacker, Brian Cox.
What the hell? Brian Urlacher?
No, there was a Brian Cox that played NFL football. I was rookie card.
And you mixed them up.
He's flexing his,
Like when you
flexing
saw
his
them.
football
You're
knowledge.
like,
No, like
is
every
that-
time.
Is that the fucking guy from the linebacker?
Always, whenever somebody said Brian Cox, always thought of the
Just in
linebacker
conversation.
and not
You're
the
clearly
actor.
talking about the linebacker for the Chicago Bears, who no one remembers.
Brian Cox made Wolverine?
Yeah, obviously this is mostly a two-hander. Director said his favorite scene was that elevator conversation between Tommy and Austin about the mother's death, because he just propped up the camera and let the boys go to work. It's like the only real, like, not being scared, running away dialogue they have in the movie. Probably the only character piece, really.
They have the whole father-son thing going back and forth. And most father-sons, you go in the backyard and you throw the pigskin as father and son.
Sling the old pigskin around.
Not these two.
Cut up
These
the old
This
broad.
was sling
These two
the
cut
old
bodies.
fucking brain chunk around.
Is this the weirdest job or business? you could
Son,
work
can
with
you
your
hand me
dad
the
in?
fucking rib splitter? Thanks.
Sure, Dad.
Holding her legs open while I investigate her vagina cavities. This dead lady in front of us. So if we're supposed to believe this woman is like centuries old, right? Is that the idea? Is that the conceit? by the end
Eventually
of
it
this?
gets to that point, yeah.
That's some very modern pubic hair. Almost.
Late
For
six,
somebody.
late 1600s, early.
Somebody give an examination.
She had a 2016 wax job.
Yeah,
That's all I'm
she
gonna
had a
say.
very clean bush. Put it that way. Very, 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 very shapely bush. I've never seen a bush that.
Clearly
I've never
she-
seen a bush that
changed
shapely in
times.
real life. Like I've seen some smooth and I've seen some like raggedy. But this is
What are the odds that Brian Cox had touched it up like in between scenes and we just didn't see it? He's just like, all right, we're gonna fix
first
it.
of all, Brian, he touched it up in many ways. I bet being lonely as fuck.
I thought they were very respectful of her for her.
Well, that's the thing.
evaluation.
They've seen some mean naked bodies. They don't give a shit. Pamela Anderson can come down here with her big
Yeah,
ass titties,
which-
and they wouldn't give a damn.
And it is a
I know,
corpse
but
at the end of the day, people.
Well, hold on now.
Yeah. Hold on now. We just established she's still alive.
I mean, it's a good looking corpse now.
Technically. Oh, what was that shit from Arlie Ermy? Man, she's wet down here. What are you
What
boys
you boys
been
been
doing with
doing?
this dead
Man,
body?
you is wet.
Nasty bastard. But Emile Hirsch is like supposed to be like what, like a mid-20s kid here? Somebody who, you bring in a lady like this who's literally a model. I don't know if I would just leave him in there with the body if I'm his dad, There might be some trepidation.
Yeah, but you
around
got the
her.
live. He's got a girlfriend in this movie who's warm and alive and nagging the shit out of him.
She's got her own.
Yeah, she got
You
some
know what?
positive
Her own
things
lane.
going for herself.
Now it does sound like dating a corpse might be better.
Ay. So yeah, I think we talked about kind of the big scene. At least it was for me. Was the when they started taking off the skin. You see the symbols underneath the skin. That was nuts, bro.
Well, we get to aside from the actual runic symbol, we get to see a lot of the trauma the body's in, and none of it's making sense at all, even to these professional coroners who've seen pretty much anything and everything, especially Brian Cox. She has her tongue cut off. She's missing a molar. She has these mysterious scar tissue wounds on her inner organs with no actual.
Yeah, that was
And
bizarre.
her skin looks perfect, right? Her wrists are shattered. Her ankles are shattered. Her lungs are burned black.
Burnt lungs.
Even her heart has puncture, healed puncture. Also, her vagina is ripped to shreds. That's Brian Cox. Brian Cox special right there.
And every single time he discovers anything wrong, he immediately goes, "I've seen this before."
Yeah, I think that's so cool though
Yeah,
that they
I've seen this
play that
before.
back and they show him as a well versed. Because the thing is, the movie's set up in a way to where this isn't just them moving into the house and starting this job. this is like a familial business. This is like the third generation of coroners. Like Brian Cox,
He's, like,
his
literally in their
character has
basement.
been exposed to this stuff since he was probably 3 or 4 years old, running around down there, drinking formaldehyde and playing with, old man's dead balls.
And just
He's stretching myself how far they can go. Batwing.
We didn't have Play-Doh in my house. We would just
Like the
grab
part where he
corpse
finds the flour or whatever in the intestine that acts as like a paralyzing agent. Like it's showing that
like the textbook to
this
reference it
body's
to.
been through so much. I love how they kind of build a backstory for the body itself as if it's like its own character.
Yeah, like I said, it was kind of reminding me of like a Hansel and Gretel, like literally breadcrumbs that obviously lead to a fucking witch. Like it was great. And him putting the drawings on the board or the chalkboard, kind of just like working his way through it, like mystery style.
Makes me want to be a coroner.
I don't know about all that.
So I have my notes here, and apparently when they start showing the internal damage is when I have a note that at this point I think she's a witch. So
Just due to the severity of the injuries
I think it was
her
like
body has been through.
when Brian Cox says that these lungs have been burned, I was like, oh, so this is like a Salem witch trial.
Oh yeah, you went to Salem. I got you. And they keep doing allusions to like the North. I think it takes place in Virginia, if I remember correctly.
At a made up town in Virginia, which really hurt.
Town in Virginia. There you go.
They find what
Really
was they
hurts you.
find?
What do you
It
say?
was
I'm stomping.
it was
for Virginia.
peat they find under the fingernails and the toenails.
Yeah,
Pete. Yeah.
it irked me because it's a made up town. But at the end of the movie, they say that we're going to transfer her body to VCU, which is a real college.
Hmm.
So I'm like, why did you make a fake town then?
I don't know. Do you have to like get permission to use a town's name? I don't know how that works.
I
with
would think
legalities.
so.
Does the mayor need to sign off on this since you're just filming like a naked woman for an hour and 20 minutes? Would your mayor sign off on this? Hell yeah, it would. What do you guys think about the toe bell on the corpse? I thought that was really
That was
cool.
a cool homage.
Apparently, it's like an old mortuary trick for, like they said, to check for coma, and it gets set up as like a joke early on, but then it kind of comes back as epitome of the sound design in this movie. I thought the movie sounded great.
It's the same thing with how they used to bury people with like a pipe going down into the actual
So you
casket.
could just yell,
Yeah,
"Help
if
me."
you weren't actually dead.
Let us know if you're not dead. Do they tell you that when they're putting you down? Let us know if you're not dead.
You
Tom.
just let us know. buddy.
Okay. He just says, okay. They keep letting him down. I thought it was cool. And I thought every time you heard the bell ring, it kind of had like its own rhythm about it, I guess. And it's like the girlfriend was like so interested in these things. And then Brian Cox was like, go ahead and lean into it. Like, let her see how fucked up this stuff is. And I think all that comes back around. Like her curiosity, like literally kills the cat by the end of this.
I thought her curiosity was a little strange, but I mean, she is dating a coroner, so she has to be into that kind of thing to some degree.
And he was trying to like leave to go to a movie with her. I was thinking like, if I'm that guy, what do I go watch at like 9
what are they
o'clock on a
going to
Friday?
Whatever she wants to go watch.
There's
so
no
you
way
can,
he's
like,
watching a horror
get
movie.
laid
right?
after.
It's 2016. He's probably
You
going to see
see the-
Endgame.
This is true. She seemed like a horror movie fan though, with her interest in like all this disgusting shit. But if I'm that guy, when I get off, let's go watch the fucking Titanic or something. Like, this is the last thing I want to be thinking about.
You want to
More
watch
dead
a
bodies?
3-hour movie at 10 o'clock?
I'm saying anything that's not this. I don't want to see any gore in my entertainment. Do these people ingest like ultra violence in their free time as well? Maybe it's a question. We should interview a coroner on here one day.
I don't know. I feel like a cop probably goes and watches cop shit
Yeah, but they don't want to. Well, I guess that's true.
just so they can.
They're projecting themselves
Yeah,
into
yeah.
that character.
Like they'll go and watch Last Action Hero.
That's a pull. Okay. Yeah, yes, they
That's
would.
a hell of a.
They would love it.
First, they got to
Gotta
get
get
in
that
the
golden
time
ticket.
machine and go back to 1994. But then the storm kicks up. All this stuff kind of goes haywire. And this is the part I guess you're saying you don't like as much, Joy, where it gets kind of tropey. The morgue turns hostile.
Mhm.
You get all the illusions, ghosts, glamoring, whatever the hell is actually going on here happening with the.
It just becomes
the
like a
spookiness
haunted
kicking
house
in.
sort of generic slop fest that you see all the time.
So I see your point in that, and I 100% agree. But until the morgue starts going crazy, would you call it a horror movie?
Oh yeah, the tension they're building the entire time.
Okay.
It's definitely thrilling. Probably, maybe more of a thriller to that point. Like in the line of like 7, you know. I could see this being like a deleted scene from the movie 7. I don't consider 7 a horror movie. Just the actual autopsy itself. But
7 is close.
No, I don't know. I
once
don't
the
think
spooky
it's valid.
kicks in.
Like I think you're literally on the edge of your seat the whole time they're cutting his body up. You're just fucking waiting for it to just like bounce up, man.
So your expectations that horror is going to kick in, though, right?
That's
But
what makes
what
makes it scary.
Does it ever? Yeah, the dread is definitely there. That's what I loved about it. The whole movie was dread from beginning to end. Like the whole time, I'm just waiting for her to sit up, and it never.
That was a little bit of father-son hanging out, having a good time moment.
You think they got? You think they're going to go get some chicken McNuggets if they would have got out of there successfully?
Oh, of course.
Was that on the menu? You think Brian Cox got a deal on them bad boys? That's the sound of new McCrispy strips.
I wish they would hear him bring those things here. I'm ready for new.
Who's laughing because he knows he's exactly what he said.
I hear it on podcasts all the time. Da-da-da-da-da.
But the fact that, no one gets out alive, I think that's, again, it's just cool. It's literally like a cycle. Like we see the first iteration of what happened in this house where the body is. A cool image of this beautiful pale woman, like half submerged in the earth beneath a house. Even just the stills of that from the crime scene photography is cool. And then we kind of see that it's like we see exactly what happened in that first house from this new perspective. So it's like a sequel, but a repeat at the same time, maybe, is what I'm saying.
Oh no, a big thing that irked me about the second half of the movie is it kind of like breaks its own rule. Because eventually we get to the point where they understand what she's trying to do. She's trying to exact her revenge against the people that have caused her harm, right? And eventually she does that. She exacts their revenge to people who caused her harm. What the fuck did those old people do to her ass? All they did was dig her up.
Apart from the original
and now they're
crime scene?
fucking dead?
Well, I think he even makes a note at some point that we're just in her way. Like, this is just her path. She's just like on a war path. Like, anybody that comes across her is getting fucked up. And Brian Cox kind of takes it upon himself to just do the whole Jesus, like, just give me all the pain.
Yeah, but he sacrifices himself for no fucking reason.
Yeah, no reason.
He doesn't know that, dude. No one gives you a damn rule book on what the witch is going to do after she's done fucking your shit
I don't think
up.
she's a witch.
That was pretty dope.
I don't think she's a witch.
Well, yeah, this is true. We never got that final declaration. That was just
I think
their
she's like a
conclusion,
demonic,
right?
because they even say it themselves. The reason this person endured all this trauma is because of the Salem witch trials, because they thought she was a witch. And by inflicting all this pain on her and all this torture, they turned her into the entity, the demon, or whatever they thought she was.
She's like a deadite.
It was almost like a reverse
like
ritual,
unkillable psychopath.
by causing all this trauma to this person.
Yeah, that's an even scarier idea. And I think the fact that the movie leaves room for that makes it better than your average schlocky BS, you know?
See, I like that it comes to that sort of realization, but the fact that, spoiler alert, Emile Hirsch fucking dies at the end, after
Everybody
his dad
dies, baby.
sacrifices himself, kind of just, I don't know, it shits all over that whole thing of him sacrificing himself. Like, it takes away from that entirely.
I'm like never one for a downer ending usually. See The Mist for further notes on that, but I don't know, it worked here for me. It just felt complete.
Here's the thing too. I don't think the girlfriend died.
Oh,
We don't
like
don't
a
see her
Brian Cox.
imagery.
We don't see her vehicle.
Rocker.
There's only 2 body bags that come out of the basement at the end of the movie.
That's a good point.
How did she get down there was my
That's
question.
what I'm saying, like, how?
initially. The elevator.
do hear
The goddamn sycamore. The old sycamore
Oh, they
fell.
did.
That's right. The old sycamore fell. Y'all remember when he said that line? The
On
old
top of the,
sycamore fell on the house.
He knew it was a big
Well, I'm
ass
just
heavy
saying,
tree,
how the
man.
fuck did she get
What's
down?
your-
If she saw a big ass sycamore
That's
tree
a good
laying on this
point.
fucking thing, why ain't she calling the police?
So they come to the conclusion they think she's a witch and she can glamour or whatever, you know, where she can make you see shit that's not there. And nothing's ever really happening. They're just reacting to. It's like this scene when you see someone going crazy and then you see like the wide shot and it's just them in a room by themselves, like they think they're covered in spiders or some shit. So you think that whole experience for the two of them was just
It's hard to say definitively if that's what happened or not. But it does feel like she's kind of manipulating the situation with these two in order to, garner, to get to where she, like you said, get to where she's going. To inflict as much pain as possible on the human race, I guess.
Society.
I now want to rewatch the movie because your 2 body bag point, I think, is legit.
I'm telling you, dude, this thing had more layers than a movie that's over in less than, not even 90 minutes, in less than 90 minutes should have. It was very clever, very well executed. I really appreciated it. And the ending shot is fantastic. You get the little toe wiggle. I was ready for her to start levitating, just burning sons of bitches. All right, boys, you got anything else to say about the plot of that there flick? Anything else we didn't talk about?
I feel like we covered a bunch of the main story beats.
All right, man. If you feel like you've exhausted what you got to say, I got some questions for you here. Some closing categories. Number one, I want to know, would you survive this movie?
Oh, hell no.
Locked in a basement during a storm, no cell phone signal,
no.
a corpse is clearly there
Here's
to
the thing
fuck
with these
you up.
characters. I don't feel like these characters were dumb at all. I feel like these two characters actually played this pretty well for a horror movie, because there was a point where they were like, fuck this, we're getting out of here. They weren't trying to like Scooby-Doo this shit and uncover the fucking the root of stuff at one point. Me, I'd be obsessed with his body.
I'm just gonna lay here, just take
I'd be doing the
together.
obsession sit just in the corner, just watching.
The only thing I would say is at the beginning of the autopsy, Brian Cox looks at Emile and it's like, you can go, I can do this by myself. I think I might have took that opportunity to go.
He started to, and he was like, I can't leave my dad.
Yeah, he's
like,
got
my
this
mom
whole
had
thing
just died.
his mom.
He's got this trauma.
Like, we didn't really
guilt.
cover the whole mom thing, but
then I wonder, would she have let him leave?
Because she did let the girlfriend leave, maybe? Maybe it's just a male-centric thing that she's after. Maybe. Well, I think there's women dead in that original crime
yeah,
scene,
there's an old granny in there.
So you think you would have survived this, Hootie?
I would like to think that I would have taken old Paul's advice and left before it started, but yeah, I don't think I would have.
I'm going to the movies.
You should have grabbed that
dead.
cat while you had the chance and got out of there. We didn't even talk about the cat that got murdered. You know what? That kind of proves to me that she's not a witch, because witches like have cats as familiars.
I don't know who could have gotten out of
I don't think it's possible.
that basement. She's overpowered. She might be one of the strongest villains we've ever encountered on the podcast here. I got another one here for you, boys. Who is the MVP in your mind for this one?
Oh, it's fucking obvious. It's what's her name? Olwen Kelly, the girl who plays Jane Doe.
The body.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously Brian Cox and Emile Hirsch have really, really, really good chemistry, and it's not like you got a lot to choose from. But I think it was said she would lay on that cold slab for like 8 hours at a time while they were filming.
Jeez, bro. How does she stay warm? Think they're like misting her with like hot water?
I mean, she got a lot of fat on her chest.
She just laid. She just spread that across her whole body.
It'd be pretty warm.
I think there is a case to be made for Brian Cox because he is so believable in this role.
He's a great coroner. From going from Hannibal Lecter to this kind of coroner, it's very impressive. I'm gonna go with the body too, though. She's definitely like the 100% of the marketing for this movie. Like everything I've ever seen, every like blurb or whatever. Never seen an image of the two actors involved. Only her. Like she is the selling point. She was fantastic. Wonder if she can act though. I guess that's the best actress in the movie. It may not be able to act.
She's not been in a lot of stuff. So.
All right, I got two more things here. All right, boys. What's the one scene? If you had to sell this movie, what's the one scene to do it with?
Probably the scene where they first encounter the jingle bell.
The tow bell and the.
I guess it would be hard to really grab somebody. No, not that one. But the one where they actually encounter the entity who has the tow bell. Like
walking down the hallway.
Like I guess it would be hard to grab somebody without seeing the scene with the girlfriend and explaining the thing about the tow bell. In terms of your brain dead horror audience, I think that kind of thing had a suspense to it that would really grab them.
For me, I think it's the scene where they pull like the flag or the rag thing with the tooth inside and they examine it. Because to me, that was like, cool. That was the final piece of the puzzle that made you think she was a witch, although that could be not the case. But
the layers of all the stuff that had been done to her. I think the symbols reveal, like peeling out back the skin and seeing like all that underneath the skin tattooed or however it was written in there was pretty dope, man. That was the one image that in my mind I was just like, all right, I'm paying attention going forward. All right, one more category here, boy. We're going to do a double feature draft. I'm going to let Hootie get the first pick. I need you to. If you had to program a night at the old theater, what are you pairing with the Autopsy of Jane Doe?
This is a tough one to just like throw on somebody. I mean, actually, it ain't that hard. Never mind. If we're talking about mortuaries and that whole setup, and this movie is a little
Do deep. Not say Phantasm.
It's a little deep. It's a little like I need to pick me up.
Phantasm 2.
I'm going Phantasm.
I
Phantasm
fucking knew that
so
shit was
good.
Damn right, baby. Ugh. That might be a decent double feature though. Catching them back to back, man. Hootie, you get an A+ for programming, bud. With second pick in the draft, Mr. Nasty, what do you think would be a good double feature?
I'm thinking House of the Devil, movie we've seen before on the podcast. Same sort of slow burn, slow build, and terror centered around witchcraft that also leads up to a horrifying revelation, much like this movie.
Man, that is definitely my taste too. For me, I'm going to get the last pick. So, I got an easy one. I'm going to put The Witch up in here with this bad boy. Robert Eggers, baby. What if, okay, here you go. Here you say, you pitch it. You watch The Witch. This is the sequel to The Witch. Boom. Problem solved.
What if Black Phillip would have burst through those doors?
Would you like to live deliciously? Do you like the taste of butter? Oh, man, I get getting chills. All right, fellas, appreciate the conversation. It's time to populate your memorabilia cabinet here. What you boys want to take home from the Autopsy of Jane Doe? Who do y'all let you have that first crack since you won the double feature draft?
I'm actually going to say what I've already stated earlier, my favorite scene of the film. I want that, again, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but that ancient flag piece of cloth. I thought that was the coolest little thing with all the little imagery on it.
Some little burlap sack or whatever it was. All right, Joey, what are you taking with you?
Let me get a handful of them Polaroid.
Better on the board?
Wait, this is the half-burnt ones or like the fresh
ones? The ones that Emile Hirsch took it private.
He slipped one in his pocket.
Research purposes. Yeah. I'll take a handful of them.
Yeah, those Polaroids are a unique artifact.
That way he can go, I've seen this before.
You get like 3 or 4 of them, you could flip them like the Michael Vick flip book we always talk about. Look at this.
I still have mine.
Jesus. That thing has got to be crusty by now.
Well, I don't flip it all the time. It's still in pretty mint condition.
That's like a really good toilet prop. You sit that, like when your guests come over, they can just, instead of playing on your phone, just watch Michael Vick run 80 yards on the Vikings.
I don't know if I want to touch a book that everybody else has touched while they're taking a poop in my house.
All right, let me get a Jane Doe's toe tag. I feel like that's the most symbolic of the experience.
I didn't paint you as a feet guy, bro.
Let me get that foot at the end, just wiggling that toe. Just give me that Kill Bill. Wiggle those piggies. All right, fellas, it's time to hand out letter grades. What do we think Mr. André Øvredal deserves for this hair movie? Joey, what did you think?
Oh, man, I've got a boy crush. Hate to admit it, but I've got a heart rush. Ain't slowing down. Got that on my boy Emile Hirsch. Anything with Emile Hirsch in it for me is going to be bomb. Really enjoyed the chemistry between both he and Brian Cox. But really, this is a high-tension build-up sort of horror movie that unfortunately can't maintain that same tension throughout. For me personally, the intrigue comes from the mystery of Jane Doe herself, with her actual autopsy playing out like a puzzle that the audience is left to solve. The more it unfolds, the more gripping and compelling it becomes. But once that examination takes a back seat to the generic horror haunted house trope that is the second half of the film, the movie loses a bit of its appeal. Honestly, I think this critique comes from watching horror movies for the better part of 35 years, but it's still a valid criticism nonetheless. Don't get me wrong, the second half doesn't change my perspective, really, in the first half, but it does affect my overall opinion on the movie as a whole. It's almost like the director had this great premise in mind, I guess was handed to this great premise. And once that premise played out, the rest falls flat, and the scares become predictable and uninspired. That said, I really enjoyed my revisits to the morgue with both Emile and Mr. Cox, despite the few shortcomings, and so, André Øvredal's The Autopsy of Jane Doe grades out with a B.
All right, Mr. Hootie, what you got?
André, your Autopsy of Jane Doe was a blind spot for me that I have heard about for now over a decade. This film was not what I expected, and that is not entirely a bad thing. Brian Cox and Emile Hirsch create this father and son duo that really works because they both are so good at their craft. The actress playing Jane Doe, as we talked about, while not moving her body or saying a single word, does an incredibly good job at being a corpse with eyes wide open. When you boil this plot down, it is, at the end of a day, a haunted house movie, which is not my favorite subgenre of horror. However, I still enjoy this film, and I give it a B.
All right, André, you took your first English language film and made almost the entire thing 2 guys and a corpse in a basement. That is a real bet on your actors, and Cox and Hirsch pay it off completely. The IFC midnight release order decision wasn't yours, and that clearly cost you at the box office. They screwed you over there, pal, which is a shame because the craft here is real. The sound design on the bell, the restraint on what you show versus what you let the audience assemble themselves. The ending is the one place where there'll always be some pushback. It earns the dread for me, but it might not quite stick the landing the way the first 80 minutes had promised, even though I do personally like the fact that we're left with more questions than answers. But still, you turned a two-hander into something genuinely unsettling, and Del Toro clearly saw it too, handing out a B+ for André Øvredal for this one. All right, fellas, that wraps it up. Let's recap our audience score guesses from Rotten Tomatoes. I chose this movie, so I did not participate in this game. For the audience, if you're new to it, if you're within 5 points, or I should say, if one of our hosts are within 5 points, they're going to choose what we all watch next. Otherwise, we get a random assignment from the internet. Guesses for this one, Mr. Hootie said a 50%. On Rotten Tomatoes, Mr. Joseph said a 67%. The actual audience score is a 72%. Exactly 5 points off. We got a W for Mr. Joseph, as it were. Handing the reins to you, sir. Let us know what we're going to be watching next. Got him.
All right, what we're going to be covering this week's going to be a blind spot for all three of us. I can pretty much guarantee it. Recently here, we lost a legend in Hollywood. Lost a man in the early 90s. Was it mid-90s? Played a big role in my fascination with dinosaurs. Mr. Sam Neill. This time we're going to cover him in 1981's Possession.
Ooh, Possession. Due for a remake.
With,
if I remember correctly,
Paul Dano.
Robert Pattinson? Paul Dano, damn
Paul
it.
Dano.
I thought he was going to say...
the Quigley girl, whatever the fuck her name is, with the weird eyebrows.
I was ready for Joy to say Daybreakers.
I thought he was going John Carpenter, Mouth of Madness.
Mouth of Madness was up there. Yeah, it was up there.
Well, that's dope. I think this is a Polish film, if I remember correctly, from my half-awake cinematic brain.
It's got a really, really, really sexy movie poster. You see this girl's butt crack.
Alrighty, folks, we're going to hop on YouTube and watch a trailer for 1981's Possession. You can watch along with us on our YouTube channel, and we will be right back here with you in a few short moments. All right, Hootie, between you and me, that was a trailer for Possession. Where's that bad boy at on that Rotten Tomatoes audience score?
Well,
I'll let you go first.
I saw that The Ringer had a piece of commentary in there as a critic review.
Oh, yeah. This thing is definitely lauded as being one of those great films. It is European, though. Rotten Tomatoes is usually an American-centric audience.
I'm going to go 75.
I'm going to go 85. I'm going high, baby. Give me that highbrow. Well, all right, folks. Thank you for listening. You can check out horriblefilmschool.com. You'll get links to episodes, socials, and a rather spooky merch store. Or you can rate, review, and subscribe to support us for free. If you're feeling truly generous, send us a gently used tow bell to keep track of those things that go bump in the night. As for me, I'm sending love and support to women who were accused, tortured, and buried centuries ago for crimes they did not commit, and still find a way to have the last word.
As always, if you are hearing our voices, spread the love, spread the campaign that is the Horrible Film School. And with that, I get to go watch a very strange movie from 1981. And I'm out.
Thanks for all the likes, the subs, the listens, the follows, the downloads. We really appreciate you guys and gals' support, as well as your time and attention. Be sure to join us next time where we'll try to save this damned marriage in 1981's Possession. Bless.